have 5 hero text styles that I want you to steal today. Go to your website right now, change your website from that boring and probably old way of making your hero style to something that is a bit more professional, something a bit more unique, something that when someone sees it, it invokes professionalism. It mostly invokes intentionality, because mostly that is what you want to do. You want people who come on your website to remember how it makes them feel, because probably they might come back because of how the site makes them feel. All right, so on my screen I do have a bunch of hero text styles that I want to take you through. So the first one is the very boring one that does not invoke any form of confidence. It just shows that you wanted to make a website, you took a text, you added the text, and that is it. You didn't do anything. Probably you changed it, probably you changed the text size, and that is it. And then the next few ones are the ones that I actually want you to copy. So I'm going to take you into Breakdance. I'm going to show you how these styles were created and how I want you to copy them right now and use them on your own website. So we are here in Breakdance and I'm going to show you this text. So these are very first that I was talking about. As you can see, it's just a normal text, no confidence at all. I've set my font weight to 700. I just wanted my text to be bold and big, and I wanted everybody that comes on my website to actually see it, and that is fine. Probably you are starting out, you haven't given these things too much thought. You want to have a website that is going for your customers and your client to come in and probably have a look at what you've got, and that is good. But today you can change that. You can change it to something more like this. And what is different from this and that? The difference is my font weight and also the color that I'm using. So my font weight, instead of using 700, which is probably not appropriate for the style that I'm creating, I have changed it to 300. All right. And also I've added a bit more of gradient. So when I go into effect under my typography, you can see that I have set my color from just a normal plain white or black or solid color to something that is a bit more better. So I've added a gradient, and my gradient is very subtle. It's not like some red to blue to pink gradient. Now it is something that is a bit more subtle, and you can see that it even goes with the background a bit much more than just this plain grayish white color for my text. So that is one way. The next one is this. So this one and this, they are kind of the same. Let's go in here to see what we are talking about. So over here, what you can see is that I've added a bit of typographical images to my text, and these are very simple to find on the internet. When you type in typographical images, you might find a few more. You might find some stars, some arrows. A bunch of them is on the internet. You can copy them and use ones that actually is associated with what you are doing. You can use an arrow to depict, to probably pointing to a word that is next to another word. So using typographical icons or images inside your text is one of the best way to move it from just being a normal boring text to something that has a bit of attitude. So first one, we change our weight and our color. The next one, we've changed our weight, our color, and we've added typographical images. The next one is also really a bold text. It is just like this, but the difference is that I am using a different font altogether. So instead of just using the generic, because when I go here, I'm just using the generic font that comes with probably the browser or that comes with the builder. Over here, I have changed that generic font altogether to something different. And then I've also changed the color, and then I've changed, when we go into styling, I've also changed the weight of it. The weight over here is getting a bit closer to this, but you can see that my text is small, and since it is small, there is no need for me to make them to make the weight small and also to make the size small. So increasing the size of your font when you know that your hero text is small is probably another great way of making sure that your text, they stand out, they have a bit of attitude, they are standing out, and also it shows that you have taken a bit of thought into making sure that this text is bigger than probably your subtext and your subtext and the text that will come afterwards. So using something more like this is also really a nice way of presenting your hero text. The next one that I want to show you is a bit different. So with this, we are using the very color that you are using over here. We are not using the entire gradient, but we're using the color which is the grayish color that comes with it. But what we have done is that we have picked 1 or 2 words within it, and we want to highlight those words to make sure that they stand out to the person who visits our website. So over here, we add a tab hero text style to elevate your website. And for me, I have picked the word hero text and elevate. Those are words that I want to stand out, and I have changed their color. That is the only thing that I've done. I have changed their color. And to create that in Breakdance is actually really simple. All you need to add is that when you click on your add button and then you search for dual. So you can use your dual header over here. You can add whatever text that you want. So if, let's say, we duplicate this and we drag it down, and then you also duplicate this and you also drag it down, you'll be able to say that you'll be able to assign styles. So over here, we are assigning the secondary style. Over here too, we are assigning the secondary style. You can go back, you can go into your styling, and in here, when you go into your secondary style, you can change this into whatever that you want. So we can change the color of this to something else. We can remove that annotation that they have over there, but we still have our color here. So it is really easy to create something more like this, and this is better, way better than what you do have over here, because this makes sure that the person who is on your website is paying attention, is drawing them to a certain kind of word. So if you have words that you want to actually elevate, you want the person on your website to actually look at, this is one of the great ways to do that. And doing that in Breakdance is absolutely a breeze. The next thing that the next hero style that I want to show you is this very one. This is not different from this, but what we have done over here is that we have changed the color, and we have also changed the font type. So when I go into my style, this is how we created it. You can use the same principle as this, and that one word that you want to actually highlight, you can just make sure that you check the secondary style for it. And when you go into your styling, what you can do is that you can create whatever way that you want it to look, and you can see that this is the color that we are using. When I change the color, you can see that the color is changing. Let's bring this here so you can see that color is actually changing. And you can change also your family or your font family to make sure that it is different from all the other fonts that you have used within that very sentence, meaning that that very word also stands out. So these are the 5 styles that I want you to copy right now and use it on your own website to change the way your website feels, to change the way people will also communicate with your website. Because if your website is boring, if your hero text specifically, because if I come on your website, me personally, if you say you're a designer, I come on your website, the first thing that I'm looking at is your hero text. If your hero text is boring, if it doesn't actually have any vibes to it, I might be looking at you with a bit of suspicion that, okay, do you actually know what you're doing? Because if I want you to create something for me and you can't even make your hero style stand out a bit for me to want to look at your hero text and actually read it, then what is the purpose of me being on that website? So if you copy any of these styles, I tell you, you will elevate your website from being a generic templatey kind of website to something a bit more unique, something that has a bit more attitude. So thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click on the subscribe button down below, and I'll catch you on the next one. My name is Nyako. Peace out.